switch to
Okay.
and we're live. So welcome everyone to the next match this evening with Levels Gangs of Bastard teammates against Den of Wolves. With me today is, with me this time is my dear fella Brower.
Hello everybody. Yeah, and so Den of Wolves went 5-0 last week, I think, against CDU, and Levels team went 2-3 against Fraternité. I think it's 37, right? So we'll see how this matchup goes. Lev's team is much higher seeded, but you know, Jarls isn't everything. And we will first be going to HPG, where it'll be 270 tons for the first two drops. No lock-ons, so I'd expect a lot of lights and mediums and MPLs. We might see some ER peeps or something like that from the wall. And Levels team's already locked with most of their team in Bravo. We can. I don't know if we'll have time, but if they're in Bravo, then they might just be trying to get up on the wall in Echo 6. I don't think spawning in Bravo personally makes sense because you're fighting over the top left corner of the map, really. So I would spawn more in Charlie Alpha from Team 1. And then it looks like Den of Wolves is probably Alpha heavy, which is just the central spawn there. So, I don't know. I mean, if I were doing this, I would probably consider putting stuff up on the wall in Delta 3. And, what is this, Charlie 4? Because if you can control the outside, like, you don't have to care about Theta at all. But we'll see what they want to do. You could put like a Blackjack or a Vindy up on the wall. I don't think you'd want to put too much up there, but it can control a lot of the map if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, large panda.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. And it looks like Den of Wolves is setting up more in Bravo, so they, I would expect, would be running through Kappa and then getting up on the wall with at least 1 or 2 mechs. Because, I mean, you can put, like, 1 or 2 of those longer range mechs up on the wall and then have a bunch of MPL boats to screen. And that way, even if you lose the MPL fight, you could still just carry it from the wall, potentially. Or if the other team goes into Theta, then you can just chill on 2 caps and win the game that way. So we'll see what they do. I'm just waiting on Kong Lord, it looks like. And he is in Alpha. I'm just trying to think. I don't know most of the players on either team, to be honest, so I'm not sure what they're most comfortable with. I know, you know, MPLs are the meta here. I know that last week Levels team brought some SRMs on one of their drops too, so I mean, we could just see Brawl both drops, or we might see something more interesting, but I don't know.
Well, Level can't bring ATMs. No lock-ons, no class.
Yeah, no streaks, no ATMs, no LRMs. And you don't really have tonnage with only 270 tons to put anything terribly heavy up on the wall, because that averages to like 45, so you know, maybe you could sneak in a 60 tonner or something like that, but you start ending up having to go pretty light on some of your mechs if you're
Kong Lord is also
heavy.
locked.
Excellent.
Kick it off now. Let's go.
Yeah, and still Bravo heavy from them, so you know, I don't know any of those players. I don't know if any of them would be comfortable going up on the wall, because you do run the risk of going out of bounds in certain spots. And some players are less comfortable with like ER peeps or ER large, but if one of those players is comfortable doing that, it can be pretty strong.
Oh, I'm gonna check the south side.
Okay, so I'll
Red
take a look at Levels team then, north side.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource points. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
So what do you have over there?
I got a Wolfhound with 6 medium pulses, a Vulcan with 5 medium pulses, and a Wolfhound 1A with 5 medium pulses.
Okay, so from Levels team, we've got MPL Crabs, we've got an MPL Uzi.
Okay, got Kong in a 2 PPC, 2 LBX-10 Black Widow.
Interesting.
And
And
a
then we've got an
Bushwhacker with 2
MPL... Oh, sorry.
2 LBX-10s and a Snubnose on a Bushwhacker X1. Also interesting.
Yeah, and Lev's team really has just gone all MPLs, so they're going to want to get into the fight pretty quick. They can't really deal with... or they can deal with wall stuff by going up there, but they don't want to wait and take chip damage if anything's on the wall.
And I got Starwolf also with a Panther with 3 ER larges. There's the Panther with ER larges.
No, that's larges,
large,
though.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know if he can reach platform, but he might have some issues with range here. And it looks like Lev's team is just setting up on the top, kind of like what you might see in quick play. Squishy is eating a lot of damage, it looks like, in that Phoenix Hawk. But it's pretty spread for the most part. I think I like what Kong's team is doing more here, just because they have more options. They can kind of chip them down. If I were with the MPL pack, I would want to not stall here.
Okay, weapons going down under to get Theta.
I mean, that makes
Yeah, he got
sense,
Theta.
but they can't slow play this because of the mechs they have, and that Wolfhound is going to be a problem for the Commando. You know, I think it'd be a different story if that was an SRM Commando down there, actually. It'd be more of an issue for the Wolfhound.
Okay, weapon is running away with TDK.
I mean, that makes
Now
sense.
the Wolfhound is getting Theta down below. The rest of the team is upstairs. And they are rotating. We got some nice NASCAR going on. Nice, nice.
Yeah, and I'm checking Starwolf's cockpit, and his range is 562, and he's fighting at like 600, 650, so that's actually not a bad range. It's just if they go on the far side too much, he can't do too much. So I don't think they want to be moving too far past
Weapon
Spine.
is capping Kappa. Wood is coming out of the basement again after he kept Theta.
I mean, if he could get a back shot or two, he could take a side torso.
Now he's taking the long
But he's
way
gonna cap,
around.
I think.
don't know what he's gonna do. There's no cap point over there.
No, yeah, he's gonna come in. He's gonna go for a side torso or a CT. He's kind of poking juice, and Konglord's actually gonna go down fairly soon, I think. He's pretty shot up. He needs more support, like from the Vulcan.
Oh, he's open everywhere.
Oh, but they get
but-
squishy down.
Oh, and now he's down. He's down.
So, I mean, even trade by mechs, but 70 tons versus 45. And it kind of looks like they're going legs. Den of Wolves is going legs, I think.
Okay, another kill for...
Yeah, Kakia is going to die soon, and that Wolfhound went down.
Another kill for Levels team.
Yeah, this is not looking great for Den of Wolves at this point. But, I mean, they do have that wall mech, and that's kind of hard to deal with if all you have is MPLs.
Oh, Level goes down to a back shot from, I guess... Nope. All Woolly. What? Where was he?
He was in the scrum there. He was in the
and
fight.
Weapon killed him with his commando.
Yeah, Lady Wolf should not be taking this fight. Kind of needs more support from the... Oh. I think they might be just giving this one up because Starwolf came off the wall, and that's not what you would do if you were trying to hard carry it, I don't think.
But they had back on caps and back on 2 maps. Max, sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, it might just be they want to just move on from this one. I don't know.
Okay, Captain Shooter is gonna get the cap below, I guess. So they're gonna have a 3 cap.
Yeah, I
Lady
mean, they
Wolf
should
goes
win
down.
this pretty handily. Like, large lasers versus MPL boats, Starwolf should go down fast.
Okay, 1 leg left on Juice. Starwolf wants to get it badly. Really badly.
Yep, I mean, you always want the extra kill or two. At least for pride.
Oh, now he got lagged.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get it, but we'll see.
I think Weapon's gonna get the kill. No!
Yeah.
Nyada got it. Okay, nice match.
Yeah, that was interesting. I did not expect to see a Black Widow.
Okay, Nyada and his Uzil did 453. That's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some strike damage in there, but you know, I feel like that went on fairly long too, so it could be mostly MPLs. So I guess we switch sides now.
Level got 6 kills, and the other team got 2 kills. Switching the overlay, going out of the match.
So I'm very curious. I have mostly seen teams setting up in that bottom right corner.
Do you want
and
a
I'm
match
not...
strat again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What's up?
Okay, so I don't remember where everybody spawned, but like Starwolf, I think basically just came up here and then was hanging out with the large lasers up there, and I think Konglord and a couple of the others they came over to this side. Somebody from their team, I believe, capped Kappa and then came into the fight. Maybe that was the Wolfhound. I don't really remember that, but what confuses me is why they were fighting over the bottom right corner, because like Lev's team basically came out and went to the top. They had somebody grab Epsi, maybe that was the commando, and then I think go to Theta. And I just don't know why teams keep fighting over this bottom right corner when the caps are in the top right. And I'm a little surprised we saw large lasers instead of like ER peeps, but I mean, with Mechs this late, you have to be pretty confident in whoever's got the peeps, you know, that they're going to hit. And hit scan with lasers is much easier, but I maybe would go ER large. So I'm curious if we'll see more of the same. I know Lev's team last week, they did 1 MPL drop, 1 SRM drop, so we might see like Assassins from them, or like Assassins, Kintaros, Dervishes, that kind of thing. You can't do too many Dervishes though, because they're kind of heavy for this drop. And then I would expect just more MPLs from Konglord's team, but maybe we'll see a peep mech on the wall. Maybe we'll see Konglord in a heavy mech again. He could even bring that Black Widow again, but you know, we'll see. I really want to see them fight over the top left corner, though. I have no idea why everybody's fighting over the bottom right. Do you have any thoughts, Andy?
All the other matches I saw, it was always inverted. At first someone would do some wall strat, and the other team in the next match would do the wall strat. And the team with the wall strat always won, so...
Yeah, and we actually saw the opposite of that.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna... It was not a real wall strat, all the Starwolf was on it. I would say Level's gonna go wall this time, but big dick wall energy.
I don't know, I kind of wonder about that. I haven't seen Level try something like that, but you never know. I know he likes to try some odd stuff. I'm just surprised we didn't see peeps up there, but I don't know. It's just always hard to predict, especially with these newer teams or teams that are kind of a mishmash of different groups.
But in TOC, I was on Level's team back then, and we always did SRM brawl in the basement. Every
Oh yeah,
round.
I think that can work, but only if both teams go to the basement. If one team decides they're going to sit outside, then you just lose. So yeah, it's not a reliable strategy. And so far, Lev's team is a little bit light. I mean, only 5 tons. But I imagine, if you have been thinking enough about combinations of mechs, you might be able to start to figure out what that could be. I honestly have not been. I also wonder if they would bring an SRM commando instead of that Death Snell. I just feel like 4 MPLs on arms, I don't know. It's not as threatening. Like, if you get that in the back of a mech, it's not quite as scary as you can fit. I think it's like SRM 16 or 14 on a commando fairly easily.
A 2D with 1 6 and 2 4s.
That's right, yeah, it's 14. And that can be a little bit of a problem if you get in the back of something.
Yeah, I also don't like the TDK so much in comp, because you lose your arms too easy. It's not an assault mech anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you have that problem, I think, with some of the SRM commandos too, but like just the damage and DPS is pretty good in comparison.
Okay, Kong Lord is locked, Team 1 is locked now, with 2 on Alpha, 1 on Bravo and 3 on Charlie.
Okay, so that would potentially mean a top left side, so they could throw some stuff up on the wall here. Yeah, and then maybe Konglord just comes out and goes to Spine, or goes over here with the player who's in that spot, with Kakia. And Starwolf, was in the Large Laser Panther last time, so if Starwolf's comfortable on the wall, maybe Starwolf goes up in Echo 6. Because if Lev's team isn't bringing anything he could be a pain up there, even with just 1 light mech like the Panther. And Lev's team is Charlie stacked at the moment, so they could just be going for SRM Brawl or something again. And the mech in Bravo and Alpha, that could just be, you can't fit 5 in a Lance and 1 wants to go cap the outer cap.
Okay,
so that would just be like...
Team 2 is gonna lock any second now. They are Charlie heavy, 4 mechs in Charlie, 1 in Alpha, 1 in Bravo. The Bravo mech is gonna get Kappa, I guess.
That's what I would assume. And this could be that SRM Brawl or something, we'll see.
Gonna get rid of the map strat and I'm gonna launch it.
And somebody was saying in chat, is a single wall sniper worth it? Would it be better to just hard commit everything up there? I think like maybe 2 wall snipers and then an MPL pack, because then you can harass from the wall and you have MPL mechs that can go take the outer caps. So, because like a mech on the wall can deny a cap, but it can't actively take it without jumping down, which could be pretty dangerous.
Good. I'm gonna check out the mechs on the south side again.
Okay.
Righty.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
6 medium pulses Zeal, 6 medium pulses Zeal, Phoenix Hawk with 5 medium pulses, and another mech. Another Phoenix Hawk, okay, and we also got a Vulcan with MPLs, I guess, and we got a Wolfhound 1A.
Okay, so things are much more interesting up here, I think. We've got Starwolf and that Panther like I thought he might bring. We've got another Panther on the other side from Wooly, which is actually MPLs and an SRM6, which is kind of interesting. We have a commando with SRM. Yeah, SRMs and Flamers, Phoenix Hawk, I'm assuming MPLs, and then we have Kong Lord in a DHG Fafnir. So he's just here to delete little mechs. And that's why the rest of their team is so light with the K9 and all that. So I think they just need to be patient and get him in there so he can actually fight. Looks like Lev's team did not see that strike.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
And they took like 20%
12%.
damage
No,
from that.
12% of weapon.
Yeah, and then 10, I think, from Judas.
Yeah, but he's also.
And
getting
Kong Lord
ripped
is
off with
just getting
Kong
these H-Goss shots, and they're from pretty far out, but that's still probably like, I don't know, like 30 damage or something like that at that range. It's still enough against these smaller mechs.
Well, he's getting into position, I guess.
Yeah, and so I think they really need to like anchor around Kong and also make sure he doesn't get struck to death, because that's the problem with this big slow mech. And they are whittling down Lev's team pretty well. I think Lev's team need to do something. They need to
the
commit.
Vulcan-
Yeah, they're going in. I mean, they have to, because they're just getting chipped down slowly.
Oh god.
Strike
Squishy
on
down
Kong
to
Lord.
66%, 62, ooh, 59.
Yeah, and they got to kill Kong Lord fast, I think, because he.
Yeah, they're
can...
focusing him quite good.
Yeah. Phoenix Hawk is almost
Shit, he's
done.
dead. They're fine. Well, it's a big CT on the path, yeah.
They took his legs, though, actually.
What?
They
Really?
must have just leg everything.
Yeah, I just wanted to click him, but
beforehand.
he was deleted before I could click him.
So,
shit.
yeah, the problem now is that Den of Wolves haven't actually killed anything. They've really damaged, what, 2 mechs? Oh, I guess they have killed 1. And they've really damaged the Vulcan and the Uziel, but that's it. And they're down to just a Panther and a Commando.
Where's that? What's the last blue one? Is Star Wolf here? Ah, he's capping Kappa.
Yes, so they're trying to
Commando.
get the
Good
2
breath.
cap so that they have the cap advantage. And why is Star Wolf dropping again? I think they're just deciding again that they're done with this drop. Because that's the only reason you would do that.
And he's lagged again. And
Yep.
he's dead again.
Yeah, for sure Lev's team just said leg everything, so they would just call a mech at that point. And I mean, commandos are tanky, but this is not going to end well for the commando. Maybe kill the Vulcan.
Well, he's got 2 flamers on him, so... gonna
Yeah,
pull everyone
that can
to
be an
death.
annoying build. Ouch.
Well!
So I was a little surprised by the MPL SRM Panther.
Take it, Epsilon.
I think if they had 2 wall mechs... Well, I don't know if you need wall mechs with the Fafnir.
Kong Lord TG close. So we got Squishy with 521. I guess that was really a strike. And Star Wolf on the other team with 417 again.
Yeah, I mean, he was just farming from up there until the very end. So, yeah.
Kong Lord 138. Talk about focused.
Yeah.
My man. Get focused.
Yeah, I mean, that Fafnir can be really scary, but it is squishy. I'm a little surprised he didn't do an Annie, actually, if he was going to commit. But he probably wants the Annies elsewhere, because you can only run the same chassis 3 times. That would be my guess. They want the Annies for the heavier drops.
Okay, I'm gonna put up the map strat, and I'm gonna switch to Grim.
Okay, I'm just gonna switch straight to Grim. I don't know that there's that much to say about the tactics for that one. I think that Lev's team basically just went in and killed the Fafnir fast, which kind of caused a snowball because there was so much tonnage there. And so for Grim, it's Sigma Gamma. And what we've seen, from what I remember, and I haven't watched all the streams, but what we've seen, I think, is a lot of fights over Kappa. But what I would actually recommend is there's a spot out here, somewhere in this area, where you can see both Sigma and Gamma. And so from either team, you can grab your cap and then go to that spot. And it either ends up in a fight over this. There's like a little high ground here, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's either a fight there, or if the other team doesn't go there, you control 2 caps again. And can just chill with like AC2s or whatever. And with this being 350 tons, you have enough tonnage to bring some good heavies. And if you want, you can send like 1 light over to Kappa or something like that. But we'll see. Again, they can bring streaks, they can bring lerms. You could certainly do lerms on this map. You could definitely do ATMs. What do you think, Andy? I know you played this round earlier today, right?
Oh, yeah, at 5 a.m. my time. Disgusting.
Good a time as any, right?
It was also always light going to Kappa, where we had 2 on each team, and it was a light fight on Kappa, and no, one time it was a light fight with 2v2 on Kappa, the other time it was only a flea that immediately disengaged. And today on the Eon side, Eon JGX match, we saw Eon going heavy on the Alpha side on Team 2. No, Team 1 side, Charlie side with 3 mechs, and JGX with Team 2 reacted to that and also put 3 Wolfhounds on it, but the Wolfhounds killed everyone. Not really everyone, but no, they killed everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
they killed the dragon and
Wolfhounds
everything.
are pretty good in general, and then in IS only, they're a really good choice.
But other than that, I guess only 1 light or something like that going to Kappa, and the main fight is gonna happen on the Fox 10 hill from Sigma or from Geva or on the hill itself.
Yeah, and you can't take Theta and Epsi until the end, so like some of the other traditional power positions, like we always call this Hamburger Hill, that's like not really relevant for the most part, unless both teams kind of do something that gives it power. Or like this area is not usually that influential. It's really only if teams are crossing through the middle that those matter. So it's kind of like a big racetrack.
Not in my own match and not on the JGX Eon matches. Gudrun Synergy matches, sorry.
Yeah. Gotta get the team names right. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we've got about 60 tons per mech on this, so you could see, like Jaegers, although with the weak arms now, I don't know if that's quite as useful. But something like that with high mounts between those 2 caps, Fox 10, Gulf 10 can be useful. Could go with like Grasshoppers, Black Knights. I think kind of the trick over there is that if you are trying to control both from there, you still want something with decent DPS, because if the other team pushes you, that can be a problem if you have like primarily ER large boats or something like that. Because you need a lot of range to do this. It's like, I think a 1k or something. You're mostly denying with like scratch damage if you need to.
Okay, Team 1 is locked with 2 on Alpha. That means they're gonna go through Gamma. I think they would be heavy, and we got 3 on Charlie. So let's see if the Team 2 is gonna react to that. Because the Charlie lance is definitely going to Kappa.
Yeah, I mean, they might be trying to catch a mech there and kill it. But Team 2 is Charlie heavy. at the moment, at least. So that could mean that they could try and just roll over the opposing Charlie Lance. Or the opposing Alpha Lance, sorry. Okay, now they're all locked up.
Okay, then we're gonna launch. Again on the south side.
Okay. Alright, they're coming in. Okay, this is going to be interesting.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource points. Stop any hostiles.
So I guess I'll go first. So we have 2 Flea 17s. I would guess that they're like smalls or something. I'm trying to I can't click on them, but they're gonna have like small lasers or something like that. And then we've got 2 Jaeger double Ds, which are 5 AC2s if they're both the same, and then 2 MX90, which are 6 AC2s. You could actually fit a peep in there, I think, like an ER peep for more alpha, but you know, AC2s are great.
Okay, on the south side we got 2 awesome sweet flurps. We got Lady Wolf in a grasshopper with ER larges and mediums or something like that. And we got a Wolfhound and Phoenix Hawk and Assassin 101 in the standard builds. But the funny thing is they totally ignored Kappa. And
yeah, it's like they were listening.
It's just fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, just if you can fight over 2 caps, you can ignore the other one. I mean, it can be nice if you throw something
the
like...
Fleas have 5 small lasers and 2 medium pulses.
Enemy forces have
Interesting. I would maybe have tried to throw one of the Fleas at Kappa to get that extra cap.
Yeah, but they were scared that it would get deleted by the 3 mechs that should be going there.
Yeah, I mean, then
that.
you look very cautiously. So it's a big DPS fight. I mean, those awesomes have a ton of DPS, and then
the Mauler has
Level's team
AC2s,
has so much.
The Jaeger has AC.
Yeah. You've got
many AC2s.
yeah, 22 AC2s.
Oh, and the
So that's a little
on.
bit of DPS.
Nope.
And the Fleas.
Oh, Wooly totally ignored the Fleas? Okay.
Oh, and they need to drop that. Oh, I guess they're already fighting. So.
Lurms? Okay, they didn't. Oh, no. Oh, out of range. Damn.
Yeah. But the jig is up now. Levels team know there are 8Rs or at least some Lurms on there. I don't know if the Fleas saw them, but they would have gotten the missile lock warning.
The assassin. I think they just need to. They want to get some locks.
Yeah. Do they have any narc? Oh,
yes,
here we go. Here they come.
The Assassin 101 has 1 narc and 4 medium pulses.
Okay, yeah, that's where I would expect it.
Oh,
Squishy
shit,
is gonna die. Squishy,
gonna...
I think, is narked and is just done. The game's over for Squishy. Squishy needs to just be shooting while he gets wrecked. Poor guy. Alright, so Juice should be next up, I think. Yep, here we go.
Yeah, Wooly's got it in.
Juice is gonna go down, already almost lost an arm. Those awesomes need to backpedal though, because they're getting pushed. They need to just push back and focus the Mauler, probably. But I guess they've got Judas because he's kind of in the open here.
Yes, and Weapon's gonna be next. Damn.
Yep. I think the Fleas should have been in the butts of these awesomes much more. Like, they're hitting Kakia a little bit, but maybe they should have gone in sooner because...
Yeah, Kakia goes down to them, but now they need to disengage.
Well, I think they have lost this at this point. I mean, there's just a lot of time left for
Yeah, they
Dena
still have
Wolf
fast
to
mechs.
grab
They
the
o-
2 cap, and they can leave MPL mechs.
Dena Wolves only lost one of the awesomes. They don't need that anymore. They need the fast mechs now. They still have them.
Yeah, so I mean, if they put the Wolfhound and the Phoenix Hawk on Gamma and everything else on Sigma, then they should be fine.
They need to cap now. Oh, okay.
And like the Assassin isn't going to be that
Calling
strong
the
against these
Wolfhound?
fleas. Why isn't Woolie's
I
not
don't
going to
get
Sigma
it.
though?
I don't get it. I really don't
We
get it.
have Gamma.
Yeah,
wants
go
to
to
knock.
Sigma.
If they're gonna lose on because of tickets, that would be
Yeah.
really dumb.
I mean, I don't think they will. I think they should still be fine, but I would send the Assassin to Sigma, get that, you know, ticking.
No, no,
Here, he's going now. But like, if it's coming down to this kind of thing, then you want to just go to it as soon as possible.
Okay, the fleas are splitting up.
I don't know about that.
Kappa is under enemy
Oh,
control.
he's going back to Sigma, I guess.
I mean, might be thinking to try and delay it. I just don't think you can delay it long enough. I think Konglord and Yuahu, they can just chill here if they want. They could go to Kappa and try and take that back, but like they really don't need to. Thylus maybe trying to pick off the other awesome or something. I mean, that's not really going to determine the match, but getting a kill is always nice.
They look a little bit
he's-
lost, the
Resource
fleas.
point Sigma.
I think Thylus is going to try and go to Gamma, and he must be able to see Konglord, I would think. He's got to know. Yeah, I think he saw Konglord, and now he's heading away. I mean, to be honest, they should just know that there are going to be mechs on all the caps. Because that's the smart move for Den of Wolves. Like, there's nothing else that you would do. You don't really need to hunt them down.
Mm.
I don't like Starwolf's positioning, though. He's, like, at the front, at short range. He should be chilling, like, near the map edge. Not that it matters.
Oh, the knock is coming.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the Assassin lands an arc, that could be pretty important. But Flea's pretty hard to narc unless they stand still, which they shouldn't. Although he did just pop a UAV. And here come the Lerms on Thylus, poor guy.
He's going in.
Losing like 25% real quick.
Ha! I managed to click him.
I have not. What's he looking like?
Oh, it's evenly spread.
Yeah, I mean it should be. You might expect more in the legs, and that could be pretty bad, but
Okay, where are they going now? They are a little bit undecided.
I mean, if there was a time to just move on to the next match, this kind of feels like it. Like I think there is more of a chance of those Panthers winning a match than these Fleas, but we'll see. You never know what'll happen. They are definitely going to kill Starwolf, though. I think they want to avenge their comrades. Can't let the Lerm boat live.
Oh, he's open everywhere. Just get those torsos. They're open front, back. Get those torsos.
Oh, there we go. XL,
Oh, XL,
of course.
okay. Now they're gonna get into the assassin. Ooh. No.
I mean, at the same time, though, they're getting real shot up. Although the assassin... Oh, I thought it was legged for a second. One flea is legged. That's basically dead. Although Thylus shot the arm off. That's unfortunate.
Where's the other flea going? You need to stay in there. Oh, he got the assassin. Okay. And Lady
The Lady
Wolf,
Wolf
shut
is
down.
very fresh.
Get
although
into the
shutting
bag,
down.
not the side. Nice. Okay. Could have that.
And in the meantime, Den of Wolves have taken a second cap again. So they're going to have 3 caps, possibly. Oh, I
okay,
guess not.
Ladywolf got Silas down.
We
Nice.
have possession of Kappa.
She shut down again.
Oof. That's rough. But it doesn't matter, ultimately, because they have an MPL mech on 2 different caps, and so they have it.
And it's 50
Enemy
seconds.
forces have Sigma.
I mean, I think that went about as well as you could expect for the Fleas. That was really good of them to clear that cap, but, you know, whoever went over to Kappa just knew, you know, both the Fleas are there, they can take the cap for free.
And the flea is hurt.
Yeah, and I don't think Konglord will have a problem with this. He's at 90% with an
20
MPL.
seconds, so...
Yeah, they won't
Lost
even see
easily.
each other. Well done, though. I mean, you know, that's the kind of thing where you can feel a little bit good about that last sequence, and it's hard to do much against that kind of LRM firepower. Maybe get the Fleas in earlier to kill the Awesomes or distract them.
Triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
Konglord team shield and... Damn. Oh, team got X.
Thank you, PGI. Oh,
Oh, Star Wars 779. Kakia
Yeah.
627. Lerms
Eight.
OP.
yeah, it's a lot of DPS, and I mean, if you look at the AC2 mechs, like they had so much DPS and damage potential, but they just got deleted too quickly. They couldn't get line of sight. And the lighter mechs from Den of Wolves were able to dodge enough of the AC2 fire that, you know, it just didn't matter that much.
Lerms Strat wins. Ugly.
I mean, they're very
Pathetic.
effective. So I guess what we saw was, if I correct this, we saw, I think the Fleas were in Bravo. It doesn't really matter if they were in Bravo or Alpha. They basically came over here and scouted, which I think is a pretty good move. I don't know if you have to do it with both, but, you know, that works. And then Den of Wolves just came right up and learned. Sorry, are you on the map strat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a little bit late. You already started talking, but I got it in time. Now I'm gonna update the overlays. I hope I got them right.
Yeah, so that's Den of Wolves' first win, so that's great. I mean, we always want close matches. I would expect they probably won't do Lerms again, but there's nothing really stopping them. They could do the AC2 move. I know Lev likes LRMs, so maybe his team will bring kind of a mirror of what Den of Wolves just did.
The one time when you could have needed levels lock-on skills.
Yeah, I mean,
bring any.
and you could bring. There are some mechs on the IS side that can boat some AMS. Like you could do the Jester. I think there's a Grasshopper that does 2. You could bring the Crab, the Jester. Of course, you could only bring one of them. So if somebody wanted like an MPL push, they could do that and invest in AMS. But the problem is that's going to be a bit challenged against the kind of AC2 comp that Lev's team just brought, I think. Just because of the ranges, although you might be able to get close enough depending on how you play it.
Okay, team 1
So
is
let's-
locked.
Yeah, and they have 4 in Alpha, 2 in Bravo. So that's the same basic idea as last time. It looks like they're committing everything to that 10 line, most likely. because of what they did last time, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a couple of mechs that they sent up towards Fox 9 to scout. I think that's a fairly smart move. Just because if you know what the enemy brought, you can react accordingly. And that can really help quite a bit. It looks like Den of Wolves is probably stacking Charlie, which would be near side again to this. And they're putting 2 in Alpha, 3 in Alpha. I guess I'll wait till they finish, but they might actually be going Kappa side. At least if this holds. If you put more than 1 in Alpha, then I would expect you'd be putting a few mechs there, which, based on where Lev's team is spawning, I don't think is that useful.
3 on Alpha, 1 on Bravo, 2 on Charlie this time. I think this time they're gonna get the... Wait, no, it's Team 2, Charlie, only 2? What?
I mean, they might be playing games. I think they might have done this. I forget where they spawned last time, but if the mechs in Alpha are fast enough, they can just catch up, and it doesn't really matter that much if you only have 2 in Charlie, as long as those are your slower mechs. So it can be like a little deception there. And like if they have their 3 lighter mechs, like maybe a Flea and a couple MPL boats, they could send the Flea to the far cap, and then the other ones could just catch up to whatever slow mechs I'm assuming Starwolf and Konglord will be in. Could see an Annie here. I don't expect anybody will fit 3 Annies into drop 5, so something like an AC2 Annie could be picked here. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess I'm much faster.
Yeah, I mean, speed is kind of important here, just because you're trying to get to that high ground, potentially. So you can overwatch both caps. Come on, Konglord. That's the problem with these Div A players. They just take forever to ready up.
Oh, locked. Okay, I'm gonna hit it.
All right. Oh, somebody was correcting us earlier that you can't do ATMs because this is IS only. And my counter to that is you could do ATMs, you would just forfeit the drop. And it'd be shameful. But I mean...
No, I only said he's normally running ATMs, but this is IS only, and lock-ons are banned, so...
I mean, they might have been correcting me, to be fair. But yeah, it's all good.
Okay, we got 2 Wolfhounds, 1A again.
Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Medium pulses, and we got a Black Widow with 1 ERPBC, 4 AC2s, 6 AC2 Mauler MX90, 5 AC2 Double D, Jaeger, and a Bushwhacker with 4 AC2s.
Okay, so kind of a theme there. On the other side, from Den of Wolves, we have Konglord and a 4 ERP Awesome. We've got a 6 AC2 Mauler, 2 ERP Quick Draw 4G, 5 MPL Wolverine 6K, a 4 SRM 4 Assassin 21. We often see that, I think, with 4 SRM 6 as well, so that's more like a DPS version of that build. And then the Commando, 2 SRM 4, 2 Medium Pulse. So more peeky pokey, which could be a bit of a problem for the AC2 boats on the other side. But, if you can push in and keep up the fire, then the AC2s will win. Because they just have so much more DPS.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
What are the Wolfhounds waiting for?
I think they're concerned because there were 3 mechs spawning over there from Den of Wolves, so they didn't want to go in one at a time because they didn't know it's just the 1 commando there. which is now bailing. So
They're a
as I
little
said,
bit
like
undecided.
little spawn trickery there.
Yeah, it works. They are counting down tickets and the Wolfhounds don't know what to do. The commando's going back to the main force. But now the Wolfhounds are moving into Kappa, okay.
Yeah, and it looks like Konglord's trying to climb this hill to get a good peeking spot. That might actually, I don't think I've seen anybody try this in ISC, but it kind of makes sense. I don't know, I think they could hide in the shadow of that high ground next to Epsi, but it might get a few easy shots in from there.
And he jumped down again?
Ah.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
I feel like both of these teams are being fairly cautious at the moment. Yeah, so like Lev's
know where
team
the
is
others
hiding
are.
in the shadow of this wall near Epsi, or on the other side of Epsi. So I think that's like just in case they brought Lerms again, because there are plenty of good Lerm boats on the IS side.
Okay,
But it looks like Denna Wolves has decided.
Scout.
Sorry, go ahead.
So Lady Wolf is going into Scout, accompanied by Yu Yahoo. Okay. And Captain Judas is spotting them now.
Lady Wolf's
Shooting
in
at
the
AC2.
open, though that's a little bit risky against these AC2s without support.
Yep, and they got support now.
Yeah, they need to, if they have the JJs to do it, climb up on that high ground. Although at least they're getting some support now.
Lady Wolf is getting hurt. Oh, she's
Yeah,
getting
Lady
hurt.
Wolf is in a bad way.
She could survive. Yeah, she survived. Okay, Konglord is also getting into the... Nope, he's retreating.
And the commando is just kind of chilling here, waiting for an opportunity to get into somebody's back. Which I think is smart, but it could get jumped by these Wolfhounds.
Yeah, the Wolfhounds.
And the Bushwhacker, interestingly, is getting focused first. I think it just moved out most aggressively, and its CT is open, and the commando's going in.
Yep, he's on the Bushwhacker. The Bushwhacker hasn't seen him.
Very
And he's getting
cagey.
scared, and the Wolfhounds are doing the opposite. They are trying to get their own bags, and the commander is retreating.
And Yu Yahoo is kind of watching out for this flank, which I think is smart. You definitely would want to know, but now Yu Yahoo is alone fighting two Wolfhounds, which that assassin should not... Yeah, it's legged already. It's going to be over in a second. And the AC2s have pushed up, so I think Lev's team should have this for sure.
Yahoo is going down, Konglord is going down, Starwolf is going down. 6 versus 3 now. 6 versus 2.
Kakia has been shooting SRMs from well beyond maximum range there, so I think the commando just needed to get into something's back. Like, especially if you had more of an SRM heavy commando, that would have been producing some of the confusion that might have helped them win this fight.
He also had 2 medium pulses on him, so...
Yeah, but it was shooting the MPLs and the SRMs at like over 300. That was well done by Lev's team, 6-0.
Good win for Lev's team, yeah.
I think they were definitely scared of the LRMs that match. You could tell they were hiding in cover until they knew what was coming.
Oh, Squishy. Last match he couldn't do anything. He even said it on chat, and now he's did the big farm with 767. Nice. Weapon also 597. The big farm.
Yeah, and you saw all the close range mechs pretty much for Den of Wolves just couldn't really do anything at those ranges, and they got kind of farmed out by the AC2s early.
So I don't need to switch them.
Right, we're just off to mining. I don't know that there's a point in doing a new map strat for that Grim drop. I think it was fairly similar movement. I think the main thing is the Den of Wolves team just didn't have the same long-range DPS. and they also weren't able to get the MPL boats or the commando in an effective way to kind of mess with the AC2 boats and let the ER peeps farm.
Did you put the lumps into that?
Oh, in the map strat? Yeah, that was from last drop.
Okay.
But we'll be switching. So let's see, this is now Gamma, Theta, Sigma, and it's much heavier. And so, you know, I think there are probably a bunch of different ways that you can play this. I know last time out, Konglord and another player took Annie's, I think, into Charlie 5 and kind of like farmed the center from there. I think in general, you just want to make sure that you're locking down kind of your home cap, which would be Gamma for the blue side, Sigma for red, and then have lines on Theta to at least deny it, if not take it early with a commando or something. And this being mining, there's a lot of high ground. So you can put MPL mechs or PPC mechs up high somewhere. And you just, if you're using range, you don't want to bunch your team up. Like I think we've seen that a few times where teams have brought like a few grasshoppers or something with laser vomit or ER large, and if you put them all in one spot, they just get rushed and they get destroyed because they just, if you spread them out, they can support each other. If they're all in one spot, then you have a lot of low DPS mechs together. What did you all do on this map, Andy?
I always saw the Bravo fully stacked on Team 2 side, going over Sigma and then shooting into Theta. And I always saw both teams going on Charlie spawn with 1 or 2 mechs and trying to get the early cap on Theta.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty common. That's also, there are elements of that in like Worlds strats where you would put something on north side and run something from Charlie into Theta, but in Worlds, you know, you have 2 more players, so you tend to spread kind of more across the whole length of the map.
And a few more points, because you got the point in north side on Team 1 side that you don't have here. That's why it's so odd that so many teams are dropping Bravo heavy and just rushing into Sigma. But we've seen that again today with JGX against Gudrun.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
but looks like Levels team is gonna go. Nope. 2 on Alpha, 2 on Bravo, 2 on Charlie.
Oh, 3 on
3
Charlie.
on Charlie.
4. Okay.
Okay. So they're gonna push up Theta and getting fucked there? No.
I would hope not. That I don't think that's a good idea. I guess they have already won this set, but you get MC, I think, for each drop 1, so you would still want to win each one. From Charlie, you could technically move up to this high ground or here, so it could be like faking a spawn, but it's not really ideal to get to those spots. You could also like side peek from here.
You have some good overwatch from there, but so do you from the Bravo spawn up there in D6 and D5. And other things.
Well, wait. Lev's team is Team 1.
Yeah. If they go up on where you just draw, the E4 area.
Yes.
The high ground there, you also can see the whole map. Then it's just a long range game with pop-tarting and stuff.
Yeah, I'm curious about what they're putting in Charlie. I would not expect to put 4 mechs there unless you were thinking it would be a brawl over Theta or something like that.
I guess on Alpha you got 1 fast mech and 1 with, at least 1 with jump jets who's gonna get up there.
Yeah, especially if you're on that south side, you want JJs because like if you are trying to swap sides down here, this is a long walk, which wastes a lot of time, whereas on the north side, you can just kind of go in between here freely or in between here. so it's easier to kind of go to the left or right side of the map. And Team 1 is locked, so they are locking into an Alpha, 4 and Charlie.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like 4 MPL mechs or something like that they want to get close on Charlie. Or, I mean, when we played ISC, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whenever that was, ISC 2, we did like Victors and MPL mechs, I think. So kind of a brawl push, you could theoretically do that with these spawns. But we'll see. Den of Wolves so far have 3 in Alpha.
Yeah, that
Which,
looks odd.
yeah,
Why?
because you can't take FC. So like, you could be setting up players to shoot down these lines here, but you could also use Charlie for that.
Well,
And then they've got 1 in Bravo, 1 in Charlie.
maybe Kong is doing the strats, that's why.
You never know. So Starwolf and Charlie.
Yeah, he's gonna
And then
go for
Wooly
the
in
early
Bravo.
Theta cap, and the one in Bravo is gonna get Sigma, but the enemy sees that, so they're gonna shift to the north side of the map and... Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. I think
Run
Wooly
and
has
shoot Sigma.
usually been a smaller mech, if I'm remembering correctly, so it might just be a commando or you know, a smaller MPL mech to grab the cap and then join up the group on like the north side of Theta or something, which would give another set of angles. Finding more angles is always helpful. Alright, Bravo.
Bravo heavy, like always.
Yeah, that makes more sense because you can shoot down into Theta and you have some options, especially if you're putting the heavier mechs in Bravo.
But you have to have 1 on Charlie. Come on, 1 on Charlie.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they have 2 in Alpha. Unless they specifically... Okay,
They
now
have
they have
4 in
7
Alpha.
players. I'm just gonna stop speculating until they only have 6. I do wonder if we're going to see Annies from Den of Wolves, because this would be the prime drop to bring 1 or 2 of them. Because it's much heavier, and I like to think there's a reason they didn't bring an Annie in place of that Fafnir earlier.
Yeah. Okay, Bravo and Charlie. Standard then.
Yeah.
I would have gone for 4 in Bravo and 2 in Charlie, but okay. But only
They might have
1.
changed it up because they saw 4 from Lev's team in Charlie.
Now 4 in Charlie.
You know, they might just not want to be outnumbered in that initial little light MPL trading match or whatever it's going to be.
Do we need to call it's time now?
I mean, I'm not a ref. It's not up to me.
Locked, by the way, from Team 1. Okay, I'm gonna deactivate the maps right now. Let everyone see what they are shifting around here. Up and down.
Yep. I mean, I think Kong Lord is just finding the right mech or something. He's probably got a couple in his mech bay.
Is he gonna bring that Lurm Highlander again?
I don't know. Only if they have a strat around that, I think. Like, as we've seen, LRMs on mining can work really well, but you can't just depend on locks because there's so many pieces of cover, corners, things to hide behind.
So Dish Spider.
Yeah, Dish Spider, Box Spider, you know. I think you can actually get a Vulcan up there. There was quite a bit of science around that
Oh,
in
locked.
our team last
I'm
year.
gonna hit it.
I died so many times trying out the different routes to get up to that box on the north side. I'm very thankful I didn't actually have to go up there.
Okay, I'm on the right side. Let me check out the max there.
Okay.
I think it's the red side.
Yes. I didn't notice there's like a road or something that goes off the map over here. I've never looked at that. Okay.
Capture and hold the resource points. Stop any hostiles
Lady
from
Wolf
getting
in
your
a
way.
Sleipnir with 2 UAC5s, 2 10s. We got an Annie Star Wolf in 2 5s, 2 10s. And we got Kong Lord in 4 ER PPC Highlander, okay. Or Wooly in a 4 ER Small Laser, 2 Heavy PPC Grasshopper, and 2 Vulcan 5TC.
Okay. Lev's team has a UAC 5, UAC 10 Sleipnir, UAC 5, UAC 10 Annie, 2 DHG Victors, and then an MPL Vulcan? 2 MPL Vulcans. I lost track of Squishy because he got so far up there so quickly I wasn't looking at him anymore. It looks like he's doing well against Kakia. Although now he's getting farmed by multiple angles. That's not great.
Wait, do you see
Time to
that?
leave.
Oh, on Theta, sorry. Shit. Didn't even
Yeah,
watch it.
that's alright, but Kakia is already... Something's got to already be open. Yeah, CT and side torso. Kakia is like
That hurts.
wrecked.
Oh, Squishy with a big strike. Oh, 66%.
I think he was already at like 70 though before that went down, and Yuyahu needs to be careful looking down at that DHG Victor. Those 2 DHG mechs are pretty
weapon.
scary.
And with weapon in it, it's not... Oh, not gonna go nice. Not gonna go well for them. Well, Theta didn't... nobody get Theta?
No, because they both had mechs up there.
Kakia
Kakia
is
just
gonna
needs
go-
to bail. Like,
Yeah.
Kakia is going to die in a second if he
What
stays
the
up there. Just
fuck
get
is he
out.
doing? Oh, Squishy takes another strike. One torso open now. Kakia finally gonna bail. It's bailing. Weapon
Yeah,
is
I
going
mean,
upstairs.
it almost looks like an even trade from percentages, but Kakia is much more beat up, and I don't think
he's
should
getting
even
back
be
in there.
peaking.
And
No.
weapon. Oh, thank God.
That's like 1 MPL burn from death, potentially.
And Kong getting squishy a little bit.
And Weapon Master getting a shot off on Lady Wolf. Gonna be corner peeking there.
Star Wolf with the big dig energy going up to
Ah,
Theta.
there we go. Kakia dies. As expected. Little Daka face-off between Starwolf and Level. But I think Den of Wolves don't have enough support here. Like, the whole team for the other side is rolling through here, and they've just got 3 mechs.
Star Wolf is open CT, is gonna die any second now, I guess. Oh, Lady Wolf got fucked. Lady Wolf also
Yeah.
open CT.
I mean, they've just been outnumbered, to be fair. The mechs on the south side just haven't,
Yeah, Star
I
Wolf
feel,
going
haven't
down.
been able to do enough.
Kakia is also down already earlier. Lady Wolf's down. 6-3. And strike on Captain Judas, and he gets out of there, okay.
Yeah, Wooly and Konglord need to get up high now. And I think that's their only way to win this, is to get up somewhere high where they can peek them. Because if they're in the low ground, then
Theta is ours.
everything from Level's team can roll into them.
Yeah, Konglor is going upstairs.
Yep.
But all 6 of the enemies are pushing them now through Theta.
I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to take this, but they can at least make a
Who
bit
is
more of a
going
game.
to cap, I guess. Oh, Squishy got a alpha from Konglord. So does Stylus.
I think the Victors are the biggest problem here because they have Pinpoint and they have JJs. The
Squishy
Annie and
down
the Sleipnir
to
have more DPS, and potentially more alpha, but it's a little bit harder to land if they're pop-tarting.
Will Konglord get Squishy? That's the question now.
Yeah, they should kill both these Vulcans. Let's go.
Oh, he missed him. Damn. I missed him again. Oh, Stylus. Silas with the... Oh, Kongla to the back, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although...
no. CT2?
No, it must have hit an arm. Must have hit an arm.
And the arms gonna... Weapons also wanna have a piece of someone.
Ooh,
Now he
Conglord's
got the
one
back.
touch,
Oh.
and he's done. Yeah, I mean, that's it at this point. Only one mech left. And it's a heavy peep mech, so the Vulcans could just run up on it if they really wanted to.
We've gathered enough resources.
Yes.
This triumph will provide us huge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem with the compositions. I just think Lev's team, they just moved together better, and they took advantage of like a 6v3 early. So like coordination is so important, and I think we saw it there.
Damn, weapon in the heavy Gauss Victor, 780 damage. That's fucked up. Oh.
Yeah, somebody's got to ask if that's got it. There must be strikes in there, or I feel like you'd have more than 2 kills.
It's so nice even. 780. It just looks
Yeah.
at like no strike. He could say it's only double heavy Gauss ammo. Damage. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you put that much out with the HG, that's probably more kills, unless there's some strikes in there. But I mean, that's a pretty high total for a DHG mech. That's great. Definitely a big part of what won that match. So that's 4-1 for Level's team, right? Den of Wolves just won the 1 LRM drop on Grim, as I remember.
Yes, we couldn't kill one mech this time. That's not nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard when you get outnumbered in one area, especially. Yeah, they couldn't really do much with how their force was split there. Any other thoughts, Andy, on this one?
Nope, I'm speechless.
Okay.
I just like how weapon put out 780 damage. That's just
Yeah,
nice.
that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it was. I don't know the words right now, but pretty clear who was the better team here, with the better tactics and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they took advantage fairly well of what they were presented with each time, which is, you know, what it takes to win usually.
Well, it's the same people doing comp on Devil's team. Nearly the same. The weapon was their last comp setup. Juice was their last comp setup. Weapon
Was
even
Judas
there.
with them before?
Juice was also there, yeah, the last time. I think he was even there before in not even in Worlds, in TOC.
Okay.
And Weapon was, I think, also there in TOC. Captain
I
Judas
don't know.
wasn't in it. Thelas was also not in it, and Squishy's also new. But Level, Juice, and Weapon, I know them because I played with them in TOC. At least I think so. They were together in Worlds, definitely. And the Lady Wolf Starwolf team is pretty new, I guess. Kongler didn't play with them earlier. Lady Wolf and Starwolf were on Worlds? They were?
Yeah, I think they had a Worlds team. I don't remember how they did though. Konglord has bounced around to a few different teams. You know, obviously I've played with him a couple seasons. Played against him in, oh no, I'm forgetting what the competition was. I don't remember. One of the last competitions before Worlds, so whatever that was.
Well, as I found out earlier, I can't raid anyone, so again we need to end the stream.
Yeah, thank you to everybody for tuning in. I'm sure there will be more casts as this competition goes on.
Yeah, thanks for watching. last cast to me today also. See ya guys, I'm gonna end the stream. Look for some others on Twitch. You will find, I guess, some people streaming.
Yes.
See ya.